My name is Miss George. My student's name is Molly Johnson. Her mother's name is Susie Johnson, and she's in 2nd grade. Hi, Miss Johnson. So good seeing you today.
Thank you for inviting me. It's good to see you too.
Yes, thanks for being here. So, I love having Molly in my classroom. She always has a smile on her face, is eager to learn, and she's just such a great asset to our environment here. Thank you so much.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. So has she been doing well?
She's been doing great.
She behaving?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Can't wait to tell you all about her and show you her work. She was telling me today about how she's helping you plan her little brother's birthday party this weekend. How is that going?
Yes, Molly has been helping me a lot with the planning of the birthday party. We've been planning it for a while. He's actually turning 2, so it's a big birthday party because he didn't have his first birthday party for his first birthday. So this one's going to be nice because we're going to get to invite a lot of our family and friends.
She's telling me all about that. I can't wait to hear all about it the next day.
Yeah, we're excited. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, of course. Well, I'm excited to talk about and discuss Molly and show you her work. So I had collected a couple of her work, so I wanted to start with reading and language arts. So we have been doing working with reading comprehension, and Molly, when she reads, she loves to relate her book to other books that she's read in the past or to herself, and that's just such a great quality to have in a reader, and it's very nice to have Molly share those ideas with me and her peers as well to help them become better readers as well. So I wanted to show you a reading log that Molly had done, and so I read with the students My Lucky Birthday, and they had to discuss what their favorite part of the story was. And so as you can see in here, Molly explains specific characters and what her favorite part about the book was. The only issue we are having problems with is the problem and solution. So she's having a harder time grasping problem solutions, so we're kind of thinking of different ways to help her with that.
Okay.
So we kind of came up with a web for her to put all of her ideas down, because she tends to have so many great ideas and is very excited about it, and she loves discussing it, but it's harder for her to put it into her writing.
Okay.
So we're going to think of ideas and to help her with problem and solution.
Okay, and how could I help at home?
Do you practice reading and writing at home by any chance?
No, honestly, we practice the reading. Well, we do a lot of reading. She loves to read stories. And the writing, she can be a little bit more hesitant to do that. And I also don't encourage her as much because I don't want her to start feeling negative about homework. So she'll write, but she won't write as much. She'll write a little bit sometimes in her reading log. But yeah, as far as stories, we don't really write stories, but we could work on that definitely.
So my idea is, after you guys have read, maybe ask her what the problem was and have her write what the problem was in her reading log. So she's practicing reading and she's also practicing problem and solution. So that would be a great thing to do with her at home as well.
Yes.
Would that work with you?
Yes, I'd be glad to help.
Good. So then I also wanted to point out, she is doing great with her handwriting. Do you see how good her handwriting is? And she's able to use the correct punctuation marks, the periods.
Oh, good.
And then it's good because she's understanding that names, like Al here, the first letter is capitalized. So she's able to understand that names are capitalized.
Oh, her handwriting has improved a lot.
I know.
I'm so proud of her.
I know. It's very good to see her do that. And then her fine motor skills are excellent. Her straight lines, and she's able to color in between. And she's just doing very good on all of that.
She loves the coloring, and she
She
loves
does.
adding so much detail, and she's like a perfectionist when it comes to
Exactly.
her coloring. She doesn't want to finish until it's all colored the way she wants it.
She
and
always
she's-
has so much fun.
It's nice. So good. So she's doing well in her writing?
She's doing very good in her
Okay.
writing, yeah.
Good.
I did want to move on to opinion writing. So we are practicing opinion writing, and like we've said before, she's so good at collecting all these details and has so many ideas in her head. So I have given them a prompt, and she's able to discuss those details, but she has a harder time putting them into sentences.
Okay.
So her opinion, I asked them what their favorite animal would be to have as a class pet, and she had to kind of persuade me as the reader on what it would be. So she said a rabbit. So she was able to give her opinion, so she feels good about getting the class rabbit.
Okay.
And then she did have a little bit of a problem with the reason and the examples. At first, when I came around, she had been discussing other topics because she likes to do like text to self, text to text, and so we had to work on putting those ideas into a sentence.
Okay.
So again, that's another thing we are going to be working on, but she's doing great at giving her opinions to me, and we're just going to put them together is what we're going to be working on with that.
Okay. That's something else I could watch out
So
when
yeah,
we're doing homework at home.
exactly. That would be good to, like, if you guys are reading, maybe you could ask her in her opinion about what the book is and just have like a discussion about it.
Okay.
Would you guys be able to do that at home, or do you feel comfortable doing this?
We can try it out,
Okay.
and if you give us some feedback,
Yeah.
and just let me know if I'm helping her the right way,
Okay.
or if there is a different way that I should be doing it, and if you notice that she's making improvement, I would like to know.
Okay,
Yeah, some feedback.
And if you ever have any questions about any of this, you can always email me. I'm always available. And I don't know if you've noticed, but like on our classroom website, I have provided resources for parents to help their child at home. So
Okay.
I always want to help encourage you being involved in Molly's work, and so I'd love to help out with anything.
Okay, sounds good.
Did you have any questions about the reading and writing?
No.
Okay.
I think I'm clear about that. Yes.
Okay.
We're going to be working more on her writing. The reading, it looks like she's making progress with her
She's
doing
doing great.
levels and fine. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she's doing very good at reading. She's
Good.
able to also use like exaggeration in her reading. She can talk in characters' voices with excitement, and so it's really fun listening to her do that.
Yeah, she loves reading.
Good.
Yes.
You guys practice a lot at home, like
We
trading
do.
off. Okay.
We do. We choose a book every week from the library, and if it's a short book, like a chapter book, we'll read it together every night, and we trade off.
good.
Sometimes she reads it out loud. Sometimes
Yes.
I read it out loud. But
That is awesome.
yeah, so
Good.
she loves that. That's like our little tradition that we have every night.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I love that so much. So good. Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
So I did want to move on to math. And so she is doing really, really good in her math. Do you guys help her a lot at home, or?
You know, I don't help her as much, but
Okay.
her dad does because he's
Okay.
really good at the math homework.
Well, it's helping a lot.
Good.
As you can see here, she's doing great at addition with regrouping. So she's able to do the carryover and bring in the 1, and she's able to use her fingers to count up or down.
Okay.
So she's using different strategies to help her add the numbers together.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
So she got 10 out of 11 on this one, as you can see. And then in mental math, she's able to subtract 10 from a given number, add 10 more from a given number, subtract 100, and add 100 more. So she's really, really good at her mental math.
Okay. Okay.
And I did want to point this one out to you. So she's able to, so the number is 176, and she's
Mhm.
able to take 100 away from that.
Mhm.
Some students that find it more difficult because there's a 1, so what do they do with the 1 to make it that there's nothing going to be in the
Oh,
hundreds
yes,
place?
I see
So
that.
she understands how to.
That would
take
probably
away.
take me a while.
So she's doing very good. Wanted to point that out. To
Okay. Good. I'm glad she's doing well.
Yeah.
I don't help her as much with her math homework, but she seems to be very independent when it comes to her math homework. And if she
Okay.
has any questions, she asks her dad. So
Oh, good.
I'm glad
She-
she's doing okay. Yeah.
She's able to help her peers and go around. She's always wanting to help her friends out.
Good.
So it's awesome
I'm
to
proud
have
of her. Yeah.
The only one we are having difficult problem with is time. She gets confused with the hour and the minute hand, so she gets those two mixed up.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to be working on that. It's very common to have that mistake since we just started telling time. Do you guys have a clock at home like this, or is it more digital?
We have one
Okay.
by the kitchen, and sometimes we ask her to tell us what the time is.
Okay.
And I have noticed that she does confuse those two. But I'll try to get her to practice more and ask her often, and just so that she can start getting used to and being able to tell what time it is.
Good.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing that. We're going to be working a little bit more with it. So
Okay.
the more practice she gets, it's going to be even better. So that would be great. I did meet with Molly a couple days ago just to like go over her goals and like what she thought she needed to work on herself. And for math, she did mention the hour and the minute sign. So
Okay.
she wanted to work on that herself, which I thought was great.
Yeah.
That she noticed that and she wants to help herself. And then for reading, her goal is to read 10 to 15 minutes more a day. Just like practice for comprehension, she said, and finding the like little key details. So at home, she said she'll want to read a little bit more,
Okay.
which I think was a great goal to have.
Yeah.
And then we also kind of came up with one was to slow down and think about what to write exactly, because we have so many ideas in our head. It was a lot harder to put them down into paper.
Yes.
So we just kind of came up with that goal as a team.
Okay, and yes, I will make sure that we practice on her goals and that she does do better. And, yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions, or did you want to add any goals to this?
No, I think that's enough. I think that writing is something that we can practice a little bit every day. Do you suggest are you going to be sending homework worksheets? Or
Yeah, I could do that. I would
Okay.
definitely. I'd love to provide you with resources. I can send you home some today with you with this work as well, so you can help her and feel comfortable as well at home with her.
Okay, perhaps just some ideas,
Yeah.
and then I'm sure that once we get used to what she needs to be working on, then we can just build off from there. But just to have an idea of where to start.
Exactly. I completely understand. That's a great idea. Thank you.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming.
It was
so
nice
good to
seeing you
see
again.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.